Welcome back to a regularly scheduled dose of Just Cause. Today's a bit of a different video. I've been collecting various Just Cause stuff for the past 3 years, so let me show you all the stuff I found. It is quite weird. Despite Just Cause being a somewhat known franchise, there were never any proper merchandise offerings. Even I wouldn't have known about any of them had I not seen the collector's edition of Just Cause 3 when I first got the game. I did of course not get it, because I was 15 at the time, so I had to beg my dad for the game, and he would not have spent this much money on some random game. Now that I make my own money, I can buy whatever I want, and you bet I did. So join me as I show you all the Just Cause merch you didn't even know exists. And stick around to the end, where I show you some special game copies. There wasn't any proper merch that I'm aware of for Just Cause 1, but in the background you can see a few newspaper ads from magazines at the time. JC2 didn't have anything either, but I still have something to show you. This Just Cause 2 map was included with the Just Cause 2 limited edition, along with some of the game's DLC. Here's what that folded out looks like. It doesn't just show you the map itself, but also some interesting locations like bases, base jump areas, and of course the MHC. And it also doubles as a poster when you turn it around. Now, let's move on to Just Cause 3. JC3 even got some merch from third parties, like this little Rico and grappling hook. The grapple came with this small card that you can clip in on the top, but you can of course also use it for notes or pictures. And it is solid, it feels really good to hold. Now, the one thing I don't have is this giant 1:4 scale Rico statue that went for around 460 euros, and is about 21 inches or 53 centimeters tall. And you bet I would have considered buying it, but I can't. Every store that claims to have it says it's sold out, and there's no images from people that bought it anywhere online. So I can only assume this was just a marketing stunt from some random company, and it wasn't actually sold. Now, let's get to the collector's edition of Just Cause 3. But before we do, there was actually a vote for what was gonna be included back in March 2015. I won't go over all of it, but here's everything you could vote for. The ones that ultimately won were the art book, grapple replica, and Medici map and steelbook case. And here they are. Let's start with the grappling hook. It looks really good and I absolutely love it. You can't put it on unless you have really small hands, which is a huge missed opportunity. It's also really light compared to what you might expect, but that doesn't really matter since it's meant to be displayed on this stand. The screen is accurate to the one in the game as well. If we take a look at the texture used in the game, we can see it's the exact same, just more detailed. And a fun fact about this is actually what the game's menus were going to look like. If we take a look at this leaked image from late 2014, you can clearly see this menu looks similar to what we see on the grapple screen. And yes, there were going to be microtransactions and in-game currencies, but they luckily decided against it. You also have the art book, which has some background info on the game and a bunch of concept art. I don't have the time to show all of this here, but I'll link a video below where someone did. If there is enough demand, I can try to make some proper scans of it, so let me know if you want that. Up next is the Medici map, and it is really nice. The paper is thick, the print is super high quality, and it shows every location and even the minigame starting areas. This is framed to be a top secret map for Di Ravello's forces, as shown by the stamp, his signature, and all the text on the edges. And the backside is a huge poster, similar to the Just Cause 2 one. However, you might have noticed some things that are off, like the volcano being way longer, this little crew of islands, and the lack of Boom Island. Since these were likely made way before the game's release, the game app wasn't completely done yet. And these three things can actually be seen in action in one of the game's beta versions that got leaked. This version of the game is from June 2015, about half a year before release. It's not clear what this group of islands was for, but looks like there was at least gonna be an outpost there. But they were removed, likely to make room for the Stingray DLC area. We also have the unfinished volcano that looks really funky in some places. Now, Boom Island is in the game, but it's not on the game's map yet, which indicates it was only recently added. You can probably spot other differences as well than just these three, but these are the most notable ones. There's actually another fun fact about this. Behind it on my shelf is something very special. Let me show you. And lastly, we also have the steelbook case. Here it is. I have nothing really to say, but it has this image on it. You've probably seen it before and wondered where this place is. Well, it doesn't exist. Kind of. The place in the bottom left is this town on the first island, and they just added a giant skyscraper on the right to make it look cooler. Now, that is it for the collector's edition. I really like what they came up with here. But man, I would have loved to get some real models of some vehicles. Guess I gotta wait until I get my hands on a 3D printer. Before the game's launch, at E3, there were also some things they handed out there. Like this big sticker and Google Cardboard. This was meant to be used with the Wingsuit Tour app that lets you watch some 360-degree gameplay. I made a whole video on it, where I showcase it and show you how to install it nowadays, since it has been removed from mobile app stores. I also have this other Medici map that I'm not entirely sure where it is from. It is styled to look like a tourist map. It also has the same beta map and also shows locations and challenges. We can also see some ads for the in-game brands, just like in the game itself, and a bunch of other small details. It's kind of sad we never got anything like this for Just Cause 4. It barely got anything that was widely available. I have this vinyl record and has some songs from the trailers on it. It's even bright yellow, and I absolutely have to get a proper frame for it sometime. The only other things I could find was this Rico Initials cap and steelbook case that was only available for console copies, as far as I know. Because at Avalanche Studios, playing on PC is a sin. But that's about it. That's all you could ever get. Officially anyways. There was a stunt competition called Stunt Squad, where you could submit stunts and the winners would get merch. And yep, I got that stuff too. Now, I'm terrible at stunts, so how did I get it? Well, being the biggest Just Cause enjoyer does do wonders for you every so often. I got to talk to one of Square's social media managers once, and he offered to send me some stuff. There is actually a whole story behind these, and you can get to know everything about that in this older video here. But it basically boils down to the social media manager being biased to a certain community member, and silencing everyone who criticized him. I ended up almost not getting this stuff, because unlike other people, I wasn't gonna shut up just so that some company approves of me. He also tried to claim I'm racist, and blocked me on Twitter with the official Just Cause account, which failed miserably. He even had to call in another social media manager to help him make BS claims, while people were defending me. I wish I could show you all this, but the server was deleted a while ago. I didn't even talk to the guy anymore after the video. I made it to speak out about the situation and blocked all his accounts, because I was tired of his BS. But for some reason, he sent it to me anyways. I guess he was expecting me to praise them for it, but that's not happening. I still can't believe any of this actually happened, but I gotta be on some blacklist at Square Phoenix now, which is kinda hilarious. But, what was included? Two things. This cap with the Stunt Squad logo on it, and this really nice jacket. It has a small scorpion stitch on the front and a big one on the back. And I'd love to wear it, but sadly they only had smaller ones left, so this is only a display piece. Well, that's it for Just Cause 4. But as I told you at the start, it's now time for some special game copies. This promo copy of Just Cause 4 actually made me start my collection. Promo copies are the ones that get sent out to reviewers and magazines from what I understand. One day I randomly found this online and rushed to buy it. I actually have promo copies for all the game's console versions now. However, I have yet to actually play them, since I don't have any consoles apart from the Switch. So I have no idea if there's any special or debug content left on them. Once I find a way to dump and play them, however, I will make a follow-up video on that. But as you can see in the background, the CDs have a special look to them, and some cases have multiple languages on them. And I also have this demo disc of Just Cause 2 for the 360. I've made a video on the Just Cause 1 demo before, and once I get the demo for Just Cause 2 working, I'll make a video on that as well. But that's everything I got for you this time. If you have any questions, feel free to add me in the Just Cause Discord. And as always, thank you for watching, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.